Between Kyoshi novels, a new studio, and a fan game on the horizon, the Avatar fanbase is as alive as ever, and I couldn't be happier about it. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Afternoon Dreams. This episode is on a project that I've been following since early access. 4 Seasons, an Avatar fan game. Having noticed there wasn't really a definitive Avatar The Last Airbender video game, Elca Gaming started working on this thing back in 2019 as a passion project. Now, it's grown into a massive fan-funded endeavor with voice actors and a sculptor joining the project. Not only that, but thanks to Twitch and YouTube, Elca is able to work on the project full-time. 2 years in, we have a surprisingly detailed world map, several very accurately recreated locations from the show, and some fun mini-games on the side. The project is nowhere near done, but even now, I've got a lot to cover, so let's not waste any more time. Gameplay-wise, 4 Seasons is a 3D action platformer with an emphasis on using the various bending abilities to traverse each stage. As Aang is an airbender right from the start, he can double jump, zip around in the air scooter, and he doesn't take damage from falling unless you fall down a bottomless pit. As for the actual levels, well, we don't have much right now. Elca has teased us with some platforming challenges in the ice caverns and the southern air temple, such as collapsing platforms, grabbing onto the walls, and the occasional puzzle that requires the right approach to get through. There's also mini-games for gliding and penguin sledding. The gliding is a bit unintuitive to control, but not impossible, and the penguin sledding is a fun challenge and nowhere near as difficult as I made it look in that terrible old video. Apparently there are also plans to include a sledding mechanic in Omashu, which Elca is currently working on, at least at the time of writing this. Now, as for the levels, they're about as accurate as can be for a recreation of the show. Elca puts an insane amount of effort into the details of the world, and it pays off big time. The Southern Water Tribe, the Southern Air Temple, the Fire Nation ships, and Kyoshi Island all look like they were taken directly from the show. It's really cool to move through the level and feel like you're actually playing through the location from the show. Though, I do have some problems. For one thing, I can't figure out how to jump onto vertical poles. I've seen Elca demonstrate this in places like the Airball Court, so I know it's possible, but I haven't managed to execute it a single time. Also, in the very first level, when you're just playing as Sokka and Katara in the canoe, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go in order to trigger the next cutscene. I've wandered aimlessly through the area for 20 minutes, and I still can't find anything. Not terrible, and they could technically be fixed in an update. As for potential future additions, I've been watching Elca's Twitch streams, and I like what I see from Omashu, and it makes me excited to see locations like the Fire Temple, the Library, and the Northern Water Tribe. As for new mechanics, well, Elca has teased us with combat mechanics like lock-on that can switch between targets, and a few offensive bending abilities. Most likely there will be some Fire Nation foot soldiers in some of the stages, and probably boss fights with characters like Zuko and Zhao, and perhaps even Boomy given the amount of time Elca is putting into Omashu. But even after all this time, Elca and company have only covered a small portion of the show, and from what I gather, they intend to cover it all. I have no idea what this game is going to look like when it's finished, but I'm super excited to find out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the Dreamiverse.